Guys, so today we will be getting to know Trello. So Trello is a collaboration project management tool. So as you can see, this is your workspace. This is how your workspace would look, and here is where you can get access to all your boards. So these are some of the boards that we have created. Right here on the sidebar, you see your board, members, settings. So we'll start off with the icons. Here, the one with the 9 dots is where you can see all the more actions you can take with Atlassian, the different kind of applications. If you click on Trello, that is your home, it's going to take you back to your workspace. This is the current workspace that I'm working on. And from here, you have your recent, that is your recently accessed boards. And anything that is starred, any important items on board, and then you have your templates, and here you can create your board. All right. So these are some of the templates, as you can see. And here onwards, going on to the other side, you have your search. So you can search on Trello, and on this I button, you have any kind of update that comes. So that will be coming right here. And on the bell icon is where anything that you have, anyone has mentioned or has tagged you. Here is where you will get all your notifications. So coming on to your profile, here is where you can see your profile and visibility, the activity cards, and everything else here. So coming on to exactly what a board is. Okay, so we're just going to get into a board. So as you can see, I'll just get into the human resource board. So here is where you can see the entire board. So this is nothing but, a place where you can have your projects categorized. And these here that you can see, the to do, doing and done, these are your lists. Okay, lists are nothing but ways where you can organize your cards, your tasks, or your projects appropriately, such as I've done in making to do, doing and done. All right. So coming on to this side, so here let us just go ahead and create a card over here. So here are some of the cards that I've made. You have your salary payment, linked job. So I'm just going to create a few cards, such as I'm just going to type in recruitment for aerospace engineer, and I'm going to add that as a card. And let's say I'm going to create another few more test cards. So this is your test card. So as you can see, the difference is that there is no assignee, there is no person assigned to the task. It is just under the to-do list. So once you click into a card, you can always make it a lot more richer. So right here, as you can see, we can add in a description, which would be giving a lot more detail about the task. So as you can see, I'm just going to type in to recruit 2 aerospace engineers. All right. Now coming on to the other side, members. So here is where you can assign people the task. All right. So I have put myself as the person assigned for the task. Coming on to labels, labels is where you can categorize and make it a lot more visually representative. And, it looks more organized. So you can add labels as for the colors you wish. You can always add a checklist. So a checklist is wherein, you have multiple steps to complete a certain task. So, that itself will be a checklist. And this is in a way done so that you don't quite forget any step. And, you ensure that the task has reached its completion completely. So as you can see, I'm just going to add in a checklist. I'm just going to create a checklist here. So I'm going to add in a couple more tasks in the checklist. So let's say profile screening, first round of interview, and that would be your second round, which could be a submission round. And then we could add in another round, which could be a face-to-face round, create an offer. Maybe then we could also go ahead and make the final selection. This is the checklist that has been made. Now, as I tick mark each task, you can see that it completes itself on the progress bar. So you know that much percentage of the task has been completed, and it cancels itself out. And now if you go out to the main cards, you will also be able to see in a more compressed manner. There is a checklist which shows you how many items out of how many are completed. All right. So let me just go ahead and uncheck them. And coming on to dates, right? So now when I come back to dates, now see in a certain task also in the checklist, you can assign a due date and assign someone. Suppose there is some kind of dependency on someone else. You can react to it, you can mention someone, or you could also, do the following. So you can add a certain date for sure. Okay, now you can add in a due date. Let me say, let's add 15 December as the due date. And you can also set a date reminder. Okay, so how much earlier would you want to be reminded about that task submission, task completion? Coming to attach, you can also attach from computer, from your Google Drive. Makes it very, very convenient. You have your location and your cover. Cover is nothing but again making it a lot more good to look at, making it a little more visual. So you can add in any blank colors or any kind of image as visible. And this is how it should pop up on your screen. I'll just go ahead and remove the cover for now. And of course, you have your custom fields and you can add your power-ups. Coming on to basic other actions that you can do, you can always move the card from here. You can copy it. You can make it as a template. You can watch. So watch is wherein, you actually watch over any kind of comments or any kind of actions on that card. And you can archive it or share it. Okay. So perhaps that is how you could create a card. Another way of, moving a card is you could just pick it and drop it into any other list. Okay. However, here are some of the other options. You have your edit labels, change members, all of that. So that itself is your entire details about, and all the information that you can add about your card. So now you can see, you can just, literally just drop it into any of the lists. And that way it's more organized and you can see it's to do, doing, or done. Now, if you archive a certain task, it just goes away. So certain people like to, remove the task. It makes them feel a lot more motivated. Or you could also just leave it in your done list. Okay. So perhaps this is how you would use Trello to your best efficiency. From here, you can invite people. Okay. Invite members onto the board. And here are some of the automation that you could add on to your board, such as some rules or buttons or reports. You can also filter it as per member or tasks assigned to you, or your due date or labels. So clearly organizing your tasks a lot more. And coming back to your show menu, you can definitely change your background, add any stickers, or and all kinds of activity. Any activity that has happened on the board will be visible right here. So another thing that I'd like to show you is some of the commands you can use with Slack. Okay, so you can use this on Slack and give your comment or your tasks on Trello. So first thing to do is you need to actually link it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link the board human resources to the Slack channel. So / Trello link, open bracket, and I'm going to just go over to Trello. I'm going to copy the URL from there and I'm going to paste it over here and close the bracket. So that way you can link any of the Trello boards to your Slack, okay, to your Slack channels, making it a lot more easier. So here you can see, you can join, subscribe, start it, or you could also, now this is something important, you need to add a list. So every time you send in a task, how exactly are you going to put in which list? So which list do you want it? So I'm going to change my default list to to-do list. So here onwards, anytime I actually send, or create a new card, create a new task, I can do so from Slack itself. / Trello add, and I'm just going to create a card. So it has automatically created a card called test task. So let's just go ahead to Trello and see. So as you can see right on the top, it has mentioned. However, you see no one has been tagged, like who is to do the task. So put / Trello, add the person and then the task. Okay. So I'll just show you how we do it. So / Trello add @ and you tag the person you want to assign the task to and you type in the task name. That is how you can see that now it will directly create a card and it will also assign the person right there. So I'll just go ahead and show you how it looks. So as you can see, the task has been assigned to the person. So coming back, you also have various other commands that you could use, such as / Trello assign. So that is used to assign a certain person. Some of the other commands that you could use are / Trello comment, and that way it's going to leave a comment on the task. So you can see I have commented on a certain task saying good job. Like this, there are many other commands that you could use, such as you could use feedback, you could use set due. So set due is nothing but setting a due date. You have search, you have unlink. So these are some of the commands that are very readily used. So I suppose with this we come to the end of learning about Trello, and I hope you use it to your best efficiency. Thank you.